Like, think about the end game when it's all said and done. Like I said, people feel like we got life and it's just gonna go forever. When they at that podium and they up there talking about you, are you gonna be happy or content what they got to say about you and how you lived your life? Did you really live it with no regrets? Did you really chase certain things? Or even think of yourself, like, what would you want people to say about you? You know what I'm saying? Now you start to think about those things and you try to become or be that person today so you would be content if they ever did, unless you just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Look, there's a famous quote. A wise man once said, we suffer often more in our imagination than in reality.
Ain't nobody thinking about you.
We suffer
like...
more often in imagination in your own head than in reality. Now, if you're an avid watcher of the show, you know I've stated several times that about 85% of the things we worry about never happen. So that quote is dead on, because majority of the things that you're worried about in life are created in your own imagination. If you got a goal and you start to think about taking action, what makes most people freeze up? The what ifs. Not the what if it can go right. They think about every single scenario that can go wrong. Every single scenario that will embarrass them. Like they just said, what the fuck you think gonna happen? Because everybody who's gonna laugh at you failing are secretly wishing they had the heart and the balls to go out there and go after what they want. Because they're gonna die thinking, what if? They're gonna be 80 years old reflecting on their life saying, man, what if I just would have went for this? What if I would have did that? Don't be the person in the graveyard with a casket full of what ifs. I'd rather know I tried and failed than wonder my whole life, what if? That's when you get to living with regrets. It's like first they laugh, then they start to admire,
and they ask you how you
then they ask you how you did it. And they follow your whole blueprint. But remember, when you was writing the blueprint, they was laughing, saying, man, this shit ain't gonna never work. As soon as you crack, you getting all the DMs. Hey, big bro. You big bro now.
I knew you was intelligent.
Yeah, you big bro now, all of a sudden. You feel me? So, man,
I knew you was gonna make. I told you, nigga, a long
man,
time
I
ago.
knew you had it, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you, but I knew. Like, shut the fuck up.
I seen a girl on Twitter, because you were talking about the negative what ifs. I just seen a video of a girl on Twitter saying she writes when she's doing something, best case scenario notes. So instead of being negative and being like, well, what if this happens negative? Let me write the best possible things that could happen, right?
That's a great thing to go about, because she's programming herself to always think about the best case scenarios. Yeah. So that's how you should see it, because like we said, we always focus on what we want, or we always focus on what we don't want. We never focus on what we want. Like you said, just what could go wrong, what could go right. You know what I'm saying? What if I do crack? Because we motherfuckers be like, what if you don't? But what if I do? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, so I take it better for me. I'm like I thrive off challenges, but I like it better when people tell me I can't do something. Because that make me, I don't know what the fuck that do to me. I don't know how I'm wired, but it'll make a nigga start going crazy.
It's like, oh yeah, I can't. I'm gonna show your bitch ass.
Then soon nigga, even I remember we used to play basketball. Niggas would think they'd fuck us over because we was small, nigga. Oh yeah, we finna kill y'all. They think they got one. I don't really do nothing. Cuck and control the ball, but just pass it to me. I'm gonna hit the open shot, nigga. Like, that shit used to be funny, but it's just like, it's something about proving people wrong, man.
And the worst thing that can happen is you fail. That's it.
Is you really failing?
And all you doing is learning.
It's only failure when you quit.
Exactly.
Because they say you got to fail your way to success anyway.
That's all it is.
So the day you wake up and stop, unless you get rich or die trying.
The power of failing.
You know what I'm saying? So you only fail when you quit. Yeah, I gave that shit up. It is what it is. Next thing, like, but if you stick to that script of what you doing, eventually you have to get there. The door is going to have to open in some form or fashion.
And it's the beauty of trying and failing. You only got to get it right once. It don't matter if you failed 999 times.
Facts.
On that 1,000th time that you cracked, that 999 don't mean shit no more. Ain't nobody gonna be worried about it. You think if you fail 999 times and on that 1,000th try, you became a multi-millionaire that people gonna be pointing out when you failed?
It's like David Portnoy from Barstool Sports. He said it took me years to make my first million. Once I made my first million, he said
everything else was easy.
I made $5 million in 2 weeks.
What's even more crazy? What's even more crazy is the journey is the dream or the process. Because once you get to that point, you're like, damn, I done did everything. Because these moments will never be these moments again. So I think that's what people fail to realize in that moment while you're trying to become something. And it's about who you become on that journey. You know what I mean? The perseverance, the resiliency, everything else that forms and molds you. That's who you're going to appreciate more. It's not even going to be the stuff. It's like, damn, you look back, I went through the fire, I went through all this shit, like, to become this person. Like, nigga, I'm a motherfucking beast. Like, that'll have you on some other shit. Like,
the journey is the destination.
Yeah, exactly.
And the only way you can really become that person is by obtaining those qualities through that work. So it's like, when people talk about, I think Warren Buffett talked about becoming a millionaire, like, the qualities that those people have to get to that point are different than somebody who just sits on the couch every day. So that journey is the destination because those qualities that you're gonna have to get, the discipline, the perseverance, right? The positive thinking, all of those things that you're gonna have to get to become that person and make that money or, you know, complete that goal, that's what's really gonna affect you, and that's what you're gonna take with you forever.